Welcome to Shears to You, custom fiber mill, sock manufacturing, wholesale and retail. We raise majestic alpacas for their luxurious fiber and process it into wonderful end products to retail in our store and online. We also wholesale our products to farm gate alpaca stores Canada-wide. Most of what we do at Shears to You is custom work for other alpaca farmers. Products made from the fiber of your own alpacas go back to your farm for your own use or sales. Alpacas come in 22 distinct colors, 250 shades. Alpaca is hypoallergenic. It's an ideal choice for anyone looking to get away from synthetic fibers and chemical dyes. Alpaca fiber grows containing microscopic air pockets. This not only makes garments made from alpaca very lightweight, but they provide natural insulation, making alpaca fiber 6 times warmer than sheep's fiber. It's also 6 times stronger than sheep. Alpaca fiber is found in high fashion collections around the world. It's so soft and silky, it's comparable to cashmere. From a practical perspective, it does not tear, pill, stain, or itch. Alpacas are shorn annually, preferably in the spring. Certain rules must be followed to ensure you get the maximum usable fiber possible from your shearing. Keep firsts separate from seconds and thirds. Firsts are from the blanket of the alpaca. This is the prime fleece. Seconds are shorter, have more guard hair, and are coarser. Seconds are the neck, belly, and upper legs. Thirds are predominantly guard hair and grow on the apron and legs. Thirds are too coarse and straight to be made into products suitable for human use and should not be brought to the mill. The alpaca is put on a tilt table for shearing. It is named this because it tilts to take the alpaca from a standing position to laying on its side. Most alpacas don't mind being sheared, but they're strapped down at the front and back ankles for the alpaca's safety and that of the shearing crew. One side is sheared at a time. Upon completion of one side, the alpaca is turned over on its stomach to prevent twisting the stomach. The second side is then done in the same manner. The firsts, or blanket, are sheared in 2 halves, one from each side. Since this is the prime fleece, it is kept separate, so seconds and thirds don't contaminate it. Poorer quality fiber added will lessen the quality of the entire batch. Firsts are often made into yarn or rovings for hand spinners. They process them on their spinning wheel. Seconds can sometimes be made into yarn and rovings as well, depending on the length of the fiber and the amount of guard hair present. More often, seconds are made into bats to be sewn into quilts, comforters, or duvets. Seconds also make nice felt. Felt can be used for crafts, as fabric to make clothing like vests, hats, mitts, and slippers, or blended with sheep to give it more loft and cushiness for insoles, pet beds, and floor mats. When alpacas are young, their fiber is the finest it will ever be in its life, like baby hair on humans that gets coarser with age. Alpacas grow fiber about 4 to 6 inches long per year in their first few years. As they age, not only does their fiber become coarser, it may only grow 2 to 3 inches per year. Fiber of various micron counts and lengths have various uses. The micron count is the diameter of the fiber. 1 micron is 1/1000th of a millimeter. Alpaca fleece is typically 17 to 36 microns. When a shearing is complete, the shearing table is tilted again to allow the alpaca to dismount and go back to its friends. Fiber should be well skirted before bringing it to the mill to keep processing costs as low as possible. This means that it should be rid of burrs, timothy heads, straw, hay, poo balls, and any other foreign objects that you don't want your end product to contain. Garbage in equals garbage out. This chart indicates the various areas of the alpaca anatomy for shearing and skirting purposes. This should be strictly adhered to in order to ensure the best possible end product to represent our Canadian alpaca industry. After an animal is sheared, like Sylvie here, they go back into the general public with everybody else. Then it's off to the pasture where they graze, happy with their new haircut, and they're ready for the warm summer weather. The first step to processing fiber at Shears to You is the wash. We do a wash, rinse, rinse as a minimum. The water is 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which requires us to use insulated gloves. The next step is to spin it in the washing machine. There's no agitator in the machine and it's not hooked up to water. We simply use it to spin the excess moisture out for less than 30 seconds per batch. The next step is to put it through the picker. It's then funneled into the picking room where it is found poofed or opened up. This makes it ready to accept the sprays to condition it. The carding machine lines the fibers up, makes the fiber into either rovings or bats depending on the next product. Here we have rovings going through the pin drafter. The pin drafter drafts the fiber 5 times. Multiple strands of the rovings are put through a minimum of 3 times for maximum uniformity of the roving. The coils are then threaded up, over, down, and into the spinning machine onto the spindles. The spinning mule turns at 3,000 revolutions a minute, drafts the roving 20 to 25 times, and puts a slight spin in it as well. The fiber is then taken to the plier, where it's then made into a 2, 3, or 4 ply to make a nice, strong, sturdy yarn. That yarn is then wound into skeins, and here's how we twist it into the end product, which is what you find in the yarn stores. Simply a matter of twisting it opposite directions at each end and feeding one end into the other, and abracadabra, you have a skein. Shears to You is the only fiber mill in Ontario to have our own sock knitting machines. This allows your fiber to be locally made into socks that can be sold in your farm gate store. The line of socks we manufacture consists of 3 styles: Star Trekkers hiking socks, Pro's Choice ankle socks, and our newest style, Relaxed Fit, which have no elastic, are a looser knit, and designed for diabetics and people with poor circulation. Over the past 5 years, we've won many ribbons at alpaca shows for our alpacas. After only 10 months in business, we entered 11 categories and won 11 first prize ribbons in the Alpaca Canada National Yarn Competition. As we've continued to enter subsequent national competitions, we proudly continue to win first place ribbons. Alpacas are of growing interest to the general public. Super cute and with winning personalities, they continue to win over more and more reporters all the time. Please contact us to set up an appointment to visit and see if alpacas and the luxurious products made from their exotic fiber will win you over as well.